The U.S. state of Alabama is planning to carry out the first execution of a prisoner using a controversial new method which involves pumping nitrogen gas through a mask to deprive him of oxygen. The state claims the procedure will be humane, but critics call it cruel and experimental. Kenneth Eugene Smith was sentenced to death for a murder committed in 1988. The U.S. Supreme Court has refused to block his execution. American states which impose the death sentence have sought new methods of killing. Drugs normally used for lethal injections have become hard to obtain. Arthur Kaplan, Director of Medical Ethics at NYU Langone Medical Center in New York City, joins us now. Welcome to the program. Why is execution using nitrogen gas so controversial?
Thanks for having me. It's hugely controversial because we don't have any data or evidence about what its impact is on a human being in terms of how to administer it, the kind of mask to use, the kind of time that one can expect for it to be lethal. It's well known that nitrogen gas is suffocating the person who gets it. They're substituting oxygen, which we need, and giving this nitrogen. But there are no studies on animals. There are a few people who've used it in Europe for assisted suicide, but no publications. So I would say, quite simply, the state of Alabama doesn't know what it's doing.
Interesting you say that because the Attorney General has called this method, perhaps, in his words, perhaps the most humane method of execution ever devised.
And the operative term there is perhaps. Maybe it is a more humane way than a lethal injection. By the way, in the States, we also have states allowing hanging, firing squads. It isn't clear, however, that if you don't get the mask fit correct, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to let some oxygen seep in, and this could turn into a very prolonged, inhumane death. So the Attorney General sort of went to bat for a procedure, I'll say it again, for which there is no protocol and no published evidence involving animals.
And how does this compare with lethal injection? Because this same convict did survive a previous execution. So some people are saying this is also prolonged torture.
Well, I'm not sure I trust the state of Alabama to get this right. They tried lethal injection maybe a year ago. It did not work properly. He did not die. He's still here. Now they're shifting. Part of the reason the shift is on is because pharmaceutical companies won't supply the drugs necessary for lethal injection. In fact, two of them are German companies, Brown and Fresenius, that won't ship. So the state is scrambling to come up with something else, but its previous efforts to execute a humane execution, if you will, of a prisoner just don't give much confidence that this is going to work.
Okay, we'll have to leave it there. Arthur Kaplan, Director of Medical Ethics at NYU Langone Medical Center in New York City. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.